Climate change. It's in the headlines, on your feed, maybe even in your backyard. But for every record-breaking heat wave, there's someone in the comments section claiming it's all a hoax. That it's the collapsing magnetosphere or just part of Earth's natural cycles. So today, let's break this down calmly, clearly, and with actual science. Because if we're going to have an honest conversation about our planet, we have to separate fact from fiction, and we need to do it with respect for the data, and maybe a bit of humor. One of the wildest claims I've seen recently is that climate change isn't about carbon emissions, but about the Earth's magnetosphere collapsing. Now, the magnetosphere is real. It protects us from solar wind and cosmic radiation by deflecting charged particles. Without it, we'd have a rough time surviving on the surface. But here's the catch: it doesn't regulate temperature. It doesn't trap heat. That's the job of the atmosphere. The greenhouse effect, caused by gases like CO2, CH4, and N2O, is what actually warms the planet. There's no credible scientific evidence linking magnetic field strength to the dramatic, fast-paced rise in global temperatures we've recorded over the last century. NASA, NOAA, and the IPCC all affirm this. So while the magnetosphere is fascinating, and yes, it is slowly weakening over thousands of years, it's not what's heating the Earth right now. Another popular idea floating around is that wildfires, particularly in places like California, are political, somehow caused by liberal policies. But this oversimplifies a complex and dangerous problem. Wildfires are influenced by a range of factors: drought, temperature, vegetation dryness, and land management. Climate change makes wildfires more frequent and more intense by increasing heat and decreasing moisture in ecosystems. According to the UN and peer-reviewed studies, the global area affected by extreme fire weather has increased significantly. Places that didn't burn before are burning now, and this is happening on nearly every continent. Blaming political ideology while ignoring the data distracts from the real solutions we need: smarter urban planning, better land management, and rapid reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. You may have heard someone say, Earth had way more CO2 in the past, it's not a big deal. And it's true. There have been periods in Earth's history with CO2 concentrations much higher than today's 420 parts per million. But context matters. When CO2 was higher, the world was almost unrecognizable. Sea levels were tens of meters higher, there were no ice sheets, and humans didn't exist. The key point is, we weren't around. More importantly, what's alarming today is not just the CO2 level, it's the speed at which it's rising. We've added over 140 ppm in just the last 150 years. That's faster than any natural rate of change seen in millions of years. Rapid changes give ecosystems and societies less time to adapt. Coral reefs bleach. Crops fail. Coastal cities flood. So no, we're not fine just because CO2 was once higher millions of years ago. Technically speaking, yes, we're in what's called the Quaternary Ice Age, which began about 2.6 million years ago. But we're currently in an interglacial period, a warmer phase, known as the Holocene. And here's the important distinction: our current warming trend is not part of the natural glacial-interglacial cycle. Instead, it's being supercharged by human activity. We're not warming gradually over thousands of years, we're warming rapidly over decades. Glaciers are retreating at an accelerating pace. Even the glaciers that once existed in equatorial regions, like those on Mount Kilimanjaro or in the Andes, are vanishing. If we really were on track to another glacial period, those glaciers wouldn't be melting. So yes, we're in an ice age on a geological timescale, but the dominant signal in the last 150 years is clearly one of unnatural, human-induced warming. Look, the planet will survive. It's been through asteroid impacts, supervolcanoes, and mass extinctions. But what's at stake now isn't the Earth, it's our way of life. It's food security, water access, clean air, livable cities. It's your neighborhood, your health, your kids' future. Climate change isn't about saving the Earth, it's about saving us. Skepticism is healthy. But denial that ignores evidence? That's just willful blindness. If you've watched this far, thank you. Keep asking questions, but make sure you're listening to answers rooted in data, not in memes or conspiracy theories. If you found this helpful, share it. Start conversations. Push for climate action. Because the more we understand the problem, the better we can fix it. And yes, we still have time.